Hey or hey again, this is Andy from potatoesandpearls.com, and if you've been watching my channel for a little bit, you know that I do a series called Instant Pot Simple, and in this installment of the series, I am going to be showing you how to make fried rice in the Instant Pot. It's a super simple, easy, to the point side dish, and I think you guys are going to like it. I have already added about 1 tablespoon of olive oil to the bottom of the pot, and the pot is in saute mode on high, and I've dumped in about 1/2 cup of onions, and I'm just sauteing those a little bit just so they can get a little softer for the fried rice. Once again, if you've seen my videos before, I have warned saute mode is very, very hot, so just be careful. Throughout this video, you may see some steam in the camera, and that's just saute mode is very, very hot. I am also adding in about 1 tablespoon of garlic and getting that mixed in and sauteed as well. So you just want to get this like nice and sauteed. It's going to get cooked some more later, but you just want to get a little saute on it in the olive oil. And then I am also adding in ginger. I prefer to just use the ginger in the tube. It's a lot easier than me trying to chop and peel ginger, but that's totally personal preference. And so with the tube ginger, that's about 1 tablespoon as well, and you're just mixing that in there with the onions and the garlic and the olive oil just to get a light saute. Now that I've gotten the onions, garlic, and ginger all sauteed within the pot, I am going to add in 1 cup of chicken broth. I like to cook with chicken broth just because it adds that little extra kick of flavor. If you don't have chicken broth, water is just fine, but chicken broth just adds a nice little kick for me. So if I have it, I prefer to use it. And I'm also going to be putting in 1 cup of rice. When I add in the rice, I just like to make sure I have that all stirred together, breaking up the rice, because when you dump rice into a pot, sometimes it can get a little clumped together, and you want to also have the pot in saute mode at this point as well, so you make sure that everything is still hot while you're mixing everything together. You're also going to add in 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. That's just to add to the flavor as well. If you are making fried rice on the stove, these are 2 ingredients that you would use there as well. You can add in as much soy sauce as you like. I really feel like that's based upon preference. 2 tablespoons is just the right amount of sodium for me, and so that's what I'm adding in, and that helps with the browning of the rice. And you're also going to be adding in your frozen peas and carrots at this point. I only need 1/2 bag, as normally I work with the Instant Pot Mini, and so it's an even distribution of product. It just needs 1/2 bag of frozen peas and carrots. And now for the really easy part, we are going to lock the lid into place. Make sure that the back nozzle is in the sealing position or the non-venting position. Once again, you want to make sure that's in the non-venting position. You are going to turn on the pressure cooking and make sure it is set on high, and you are going to set the timer for 5 minutes. It only needs 5 minutes. I have done a manual release of the Instant Pot because we aren't working with meat. There's no need to do a natural release to give any extra cooking time. That 5 minutes was enough. So as you can see, the rice and everything has been cooked. I am adding in scrambled eggs. The scrambled eggs were scrambled off camera, just regular on the stove. I'm sure it's something you could do in saute mode, but it's just is a lot easier to do it while you're waiting for those 5 minutes to pass, and just adding those in there. And then I am adding in a little bit of salt just to add in. When I tasted it, it just needed a little bit extra, so just salt, whatever your preference is on that. And so then you just want to make sure that the eggs get distributed, and you want to make sure any salt or any extra seasoning that you add into the pot, stir that up and make sure that that does get distributed. I do have the Instant Pot off at this point. I do not have it in saute mode or any other type of mode. It is off just because everything is hot, and we're almost at the end, so there's no need to overcook. I have sprinkled green onion on top, and there you have it, fried rice in the Instant Pot. Great as a side dish, or if you add in meat. It's also good as a main dish too. And so if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, don't forget to hit that like button below. And if you're into food, if you're into home ideas, if you are into travel, then this is the channel for you. And I hope you think about subscribing. It's really easy. Just hit that button below, or hit the button at the end screen coming up shortly. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.